Well, hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, one and only animation legends, and yeah, guys, today I am back with the next part of what if Naruto was neglected by his family, reborn, refused to give up his chakra to Menma. So yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the previous part of the series, and if you guys have not seen it, please guys check it out. You guys will definitely like it. And yeah, guys, before starting this video, I would like to make a request to all of you guys who are watching this video. If you guys are new to the channel, or if you guys have not subscribed yet, please guys do so. It would be very helpful to me as I want to reach 30k subscribers on this channel, and you guys subscribing would be really appreciated. So please guys do that. And yeah, guys, without any further ado, let's start the video. Last time we left off as we saw that Naruto has finally rescued Gaara, but when Minato as well as the third Hokage got the information, they were furious about it as Jiraiya explained the whole matter as Minato wanted to punish Naruto for leaving Konoha without the permission of Hokage, but Jiraiya told him that it was actually Temari who used the flying Thunder God kunai to summon Naruto. When Minato heard that, he was even more frustrated. After all, if Naruto did not go by the summon of the kunai, which means that Konoha refuses to help Suna. On top of that, Temari, who was supposed to be the next leader of the Sand Village, would definitely hold a grudge, and that would not look good for Konoha, while on the other hand, now Gaara was revived and Gaara is supporting Naruto to be the next Hokage, and their plan to increase the reputation of Menma was simply destroyed. So Minato decided to send Menma on several S rank and A rank missions just to keep up his mission report, otherwise it will not look good for Menma. After all, Naruto has already completed over S rank 100 S rank mission and multiple A rank and B rank mission. He is completely qualified to become the next Hokage, while Menma is far from that number. So Minato had to send Jiraiya as well as the whole team so that Menma can at least bring some good news for him. While on the other hand, Naruto has finally decided to make his move as he decided to pay a visit to Hyuga clan, as Naruto told him that Minato's position as the fourth Hokage is far too unstable. The different factions within Konoha no longer wanted Minato to be the Hokage. So it is only a matter of time that Minato had to abdicate and make a heir to the position of fifth Hokage, as Minato also has realized the situation even though he wanted Menma to be the next Hokage as a child of destiny. But Minato did not want to abdicate just yet. He wanted to rule for few more years. After all, he still believed that he is still young and can remain as Hokage. But the problem is that people are now demanding a heir to the position is to be made, and Minato had to agree to that. After all, different factions in Konoha are now putting pressure on Minato. So, while on the other hand, Naruto talked with Hyuga Hiyashi, who simply scoffed at that and dismissed Naruto. But in reality, Naruto didn't want the help of the main branch. But in reality, he went straight to Neji Hyuga and removed the curse mark of Neji, as Neji finally decided to support Naruto. And just like that, Naruto removed the curse mark of all the branch members on the main meeting of the main branch family. Finally, the branch family decided to make their move and therefore getting rid of all the elders as well as the main branch, only leaving Hiyashi as well as Hinata and Hinabi. After all, Hinata is still engaged to Menma, so Naruto decided to leave her, while on the other hand, Hiyashi was no longer the leader of the Hyuga clan. And just like that, it finally came time for the voting to begin for the position of the fifth Hokage, as Minato gave a small speech how he was proud to be fourth Hokage and it is time for the heir to the position is to be chosen. And just like that, two candidates were chosen that were none other than Menma and Naruto. Even though Danzo wanted to become the fifth Hokage, he has also realized that his faction is not powerful enough. The true Jonin who supported the faction of the elders and Danzo were no more than 30 Jonins, and therefore they are far from enough for Danzo to become the next Hokage. And just like that, the voting began. But when it came to the Hyuga clan to vote, it was not Hiyashi Hyuga who stood out, but rather it was none other than Neji. And just like that, Neji removed his headband as well as all the other Jonin of the Hyuga clan also removed their headbands, and their forehead was cleared. The seal was no longer present there, as Minato realized that, as everyone looked towards Naruto, who had a small smile on their faces, as Nachi told them that the elders have seen the errors of their way, and because of the guilt they have committed suicide, and Neji is the new leader of the Hyuga clan. And just like that, the Hyuga clan voted for Naruto as the counting finally began, as it came to 160 on Naruto's favor and 140 on the favor of Menma. And just like that, Minato slumped on his chair in front of everyone. The position of the Hokage was no longer his, as Naruto moved from his position and decided to take his position as the fifth Hokage. therefore becoming the new ruler of Konoha. So yeah guys, that was the last part of the series. So if you guys have not seen it, please guys check it out. Let us begin the story from here. In the Hokage office, Minato was sitting in the Hokage seat as he was looking towards his office with a bit of sadness in his eyes. He was still the fourth Hokage, and Naruto is chosen to be the heir of the fifth Hokage. Now, all that is required is to report to the Fire Daimyo, and afterward, it would be Hokage ceremony, and Naruto will become the fifth Hokage, a 16-year-old Hokage. As Minato gritted his teeth at that, he was not convinced. He did not want it that even if Menma were to become the fifth Hokage, Minato would still be in power. And Minato wanted Menma to become the next Hokage, but now Naruto has taken the position from him. Minato Namikaze was no longer the Hokage as Minato slammed his fist into the table. Damn it all. As Minato threw the table away, he was truly angry. He has never been this angry in his whole life. All of his life, he was called a genius. He was always calm with sunny smile on his face. But now the son, he had abandoned, not only awoken the power of the first Hokage, the sage body, his chakra level surpassed even the Jinchurikis of the ninth tail. He has become the new darling of Konoha. On top of that, now he has become the fifth Hokage. Minato cannot put any pressure on Naruto any longer. Once Naruto take the position of Hokage, any and all power held by the third Hokage and Minato would truly be over. As the door was opened, as third Hokage and Jiraiya finally entered into the room, as they look around to see the Hokage office was utterly destroyed, as third Hokage simply sighed at that, even though he has also realized that with Naruto becoming the fifth Hokage, third Hokage, will no longer be in power, but there is little he can do about the whole situation. The only thing he could be happy about is that his Sarutobi clan is powerful enough that even the Hokage cannot ignore the power held by the Sarutobi clan, and third Hokage, is still alive. So Naruto cannot openly move against his Sarutobi clan. So Sarutobi Hiruzen was not all that worried about, but Minato was the one who is truly in trouble. After all, Naruto will definitely not listen to Minato. So therefore, any and all power held by Minato will truly be over. Only thing that is going for Minato is that Menma and Mito are the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, and Minato, as the fourth Hokage, is their father. So Naruto cannot go too much against him. Otherwise, it would be trouble, but Minato did not have a clan behind him, and Naruto will definitely sooner or later will move against Minato as well as the Uzumaki Namikaze family. While Jiraiya finally spoke up, Minato, we have to do something. We cannot allow Naruto to become the fifth Hokage. As Minato glared towards his sensei, what do you want me to do, sensei? Do you want me to assassinate him? Do you have the power? Then go, assassinate him. As Jiraiya flinched at that, he has never seen Minato this angry. As Jiraiya simply shook his head at that, Minato, there's still time. As Minato and Hokage look towards Jiraiya, Naruto has to report to Fire Daimyo. Otherwise, his position as the fifth Hokage will not be legit. As Hokage simply shook his head at that, that will not work, Jiraiya. Naruto's reputation precedes him, and do not forget, Fire Daimyo has a relationship with Senju family, and Naruto has awoken the power of Mokitan. Therefore, there is a chance that Fire Daimyo will believe that Naruto has some Senju blood in him. So, he will not vote against Naruto. As Jiraiya simply shook his head at that. Well, all of us knows that Shisui is in the Akatsuki organization. What if we... And the information I have gathered, it seems that Akatsuki is trying to move against Naruto. What if we lose leak the time of Naruto's visit to Fire Daimyo to Akatsuki? There is a chance that they will definitely attack Naruto, this time with even more power. As everyone was taken aback at that, as Jiraiya spoke up, Minato, you have to agree to this. Naruto cannot be allowed to become the next Hokage. It is Menma who is destined to become Hokage. As the child of destiny, he needs to be in the position of leadership. Otherwise, he will not be able to bring peace to the shinobi world. As Minato at this point was far from caring about the so-called destiny and things like that. All he's caring about his power as a Hokage. Menma has to become Hokage. If Minato cannot remain as fourth Hokage, then it should be Menma. After all, as his favorite son, Menma will definitely listen to the advice of Minato, and more of the power of Konoha would still be in the hands of Minato. As Minato simply nodded at that. Well, sensei, leak this information to Shisui. Third Hokage was taken aback at that. Minato, are you sure about it? Naruto is the fifth Hokage. As Minato looked towards the third Hokage, he was angry about the whole situation. The third was hardly influenced by the whole thing. After all, the Sarutobi clan is still powerful. As third Hokage flinched by the glare of Minato, as Minato looked towards Jiraiya. Alright, Jiraiya sensei, it is up to you. You will be there. Even if Naruto, by some dumb luck, is able to defeat all the members of Akatsuki, he must be exhausted. You have to take advantage of the situation and get rid of him. As Jiraiya was taken aback at that, this time Minato was truly motivated. Even saying the words getting rid of Naruto, which means that killing him. As Jiraiya looked towards Minato for a second but nodded nonetheless. Do not worry, Minato. I believe that Akatsuki, with the power of the Rinnegan, is more than enough to take care of Naruto. But even if Pain, the leader of the Akatsuki, cannot take out Naruto, the other members of Akatsuki are also S rank. Even the one who summoned the QB, the user of space-time technique, is a member of Akatsuki. I believe that they will definitely be able to get rid of Naruto. As Minato simply nodded at that. Alright, Jiraiya Sensei, it is up to you. I will tell Naruto to go pay a visit to Fire Daimyo in 2 days. In this time, you have to make sure that Akatsuki attack Naruto. As Jiraiya simply nodded at that, while on the other hand, Jiraiya sent his toad to send this information to Shisui, but unknown to Jiraiya, Shisui is already taken over by Black Zetsu, but the toad was finally able to reach the base of the Akatsuki. As Pain looked towards the specific toad that was coming towards the direction of Shisui, but Pain closes his eyes, and just like that, Shisui Uchiha walked towards the Toad, as Toad was taken aback at that just when Toad realized that Shisui was taken over and was ready to dispel itself. A black rod pierced its body, and just like that, scroll was in the hands of Black Zetsu. As Black Zetsu simply chuckled at that information from Konoha. As the whirlpool appeared from there, Obito Uchiha finally appeared as he said, "What is it?" Black Zetsu opened the scroll and gave it to Obito. As Obito read the scroll and a huge smirk came to his face. Well, Sensei, look at your ruthless side. It seems that the legends are right. Either you die as a hero or live long enough to become the villain. Huh. Just like that, Obito burst into laughter. He still remembered his Minato sensei, how upright he was and how loyal he was as Hokage and as a shinobi of Konoha, and now sending the information to Akatsuki to directly kill his own son. Well, that is quite ruthless, as Obito simply chuckled at that as he quickly used his technique to appear in the base of Akatsuki. As all the members of Akatsuki were present here, they had already prepared to attack Konoha, but they were getting a bit nervous. After all, Konoha is not like other villages. The power of Konoha cannot be underestimated. Finally, Obito appeared and threw the scroll towards Pain, who caught it and opened the scroll, and a smirk came to Pain's face. He was also a bit worried about the situation. After all, for trying to kill Naruto, they have to attack Konoha, but Konoha is not a weak chick, and the powerhouses in Konoha are simply too much. But this information is quite timely. As Pain spoke up, our plans has changed. We are no longer gonna attack Konoha. Everyone was taken aback at that. As Pain looked towards them, Naruto Uzumaki has been chosen as the heir to the position of 5th Hokage. Now, he has to pay a visit to Fire Daimyo. In this time, he will leave Konoha, and we are gonna attack Naruto when he leaves Konoha. This surprises everyone, but one of the members spoke up. But if he is chosen as the 5th Hokage, surely Konoha will send help if we attack Naruto Uzumaki. After all, do not underestimate his power. Even a mere wooden dragon, when summoned, can send shockwaves across the area. As finally Obito spoke up, do not worry about it. This information is sent by the higher-ups of Konoha. It seems that higher-ups in Konoha doesn't want Uzumaki Naruto to become the 5th Hokage. They will contain the forces within Konoha and help us get rid of Naruto Uzumaki. This surprises everyone. Even Shisui, who was taken over by Black Zetsu, was taken aback at that, while on the other hand, everyone looked towards each other and finally nodded at that. They were all missing ninja, so these things are actually quite common for them. So, Pain spoke up, in 2 days, Naruto Uzumaki will leave for Fire Daimyo place and we will attack him and get rid of him, no matter what. Unknown to Minato as well as Jiraiya, in the Hokage office, Naruto has already planted his spies. And just like that, Naruto has already gotten all the information. He was a sealing master, and Hokage office is filled with multiple seals like Silent Seal, Barrier Seal, but it was quite easy for Naruto to add a small seal that integrated into the other seals. Even if Minato as well as Kushina worked together, they would not be able to find this small seal, and all the information in the Hokage office was finally teleported to Naruto. As Naruto simply smiled at that, the plan of Minato as well as Jiraiya was pretty good, but he was also looking forward to it. Akatsuki was a constant threat. It is time that Akatsuki is gotten rid of it. After all, from the information he has gotten from Kakuzu, Akatsuki was looking to attack Konoha in few days, but it is good. Now that Naruto has become Hokage, he doesn't want the attack of Akatsuki to come to Konoha. Even if Naruto is able to get rid of all the members of Akatsuki, they will definitely cause some damage, and people like Minato as well as Jiraiya will definitely try to put it on Naruto's head. So, this is good. Outside of Konoha, he will not be so much constrained. Even the power of 1000 Hand Buddha can easily be used. As Naruto simply smiled at that, it is time. As Naruto opened his eyes, as his eternal Mangekyo Sharingan was spinning in his eyes, as the system finally spoke after some time, it is detected that the host is gonna fight against the members of the Akatsuki. The rewards for getting rid of all the members of at least 6 members of Akatsuki is the chakra of all the other tail base as well as the Rinnegan. As Naruto simply smirked at that, he was waiting for this prompt, and just like that, Naruto's eyes started to glow and rotate violently as the Rinnegan finally appeared. And according to the system, the chakra of the other tail beast is already integrating into his stage body. Naruto could already feel it, the power of the 10 tails inside of him. As Naruto opened his eyes, as a shockwave was about to erupt, but Naruto's body contained it. It is not time just yet. As Naruto simply smiled at that, Akatsuki, I'm waiting for you. And now let us have a small time skip as Naruto was looking towards all of the Jonins that are gathered there. As Naruto had some Ambu with him. As Naruto looked towards the higher ups of Konoha, as Minato finally stepped forward with a smile on his face. Well, Naruto, you have to become the 5th Hokage, so you have to personally go to Fire Daimyo and get his approval. In this meeting, we are gonna send some Ambu with you for your protection. As Naruto simply smiled at that, he already knew the plans of Minato as well as the 3rd Hokage, so he didn't care much about it. As Minato gave a small speech about the future of Konoha and how he will be here to protect Konoha in the meantime. And just like that, Naruto decided to leave Konoha, as after some time of travel, Naruto could already feel it. He was already surrounded. As Naruto simply smiled at that, looking towards the Ambu, who were now looking towards Naruto as if he was a prey. As Naruto simply shook his head at that, as Ambu quickly brought out their swords and rushes towards Naruto, ready to end his life. But suddenly, wooden spikes appear from the ground, and just like that, all the Ambu were pierced within seconds. As Naruto didn't even bother to look towards them, he already knew these were the assassins sent by Root of the Konoha. Danzo was just like that. He always hoped for something. But in the end of the day, these Root Ambo were far too weak. It seemed that Tadokage and Minato gave their tacit approval, hoping that it would be a miracle that Naruto would be taken off guard. At least they had taken their chances. As Naruto simply shook his head at that, suddenly they was clapping. I must say, Hokage-sama, you're rather far from home. And from the woods appeared a figure. This was none other than Uchiha Obito with his mask ready, and from the other woods finally appeared the figures of Akatsuki. As Naruto was already surrounded within a circle. As Naruto looked towards all the members of Akatsuki, and finally his eyes met with that of Uchiha Shisui, who was covered with one half of black Zetsu. As Naruto simply smirked at that. Now he has gained the power of 10 tails. He can feel that black Zetsu, something is off with this creature, as if this creature is not normal. As Naruto simply shook his head at that. In his previous life, while he has known about some information about the 4th Great Ninja War, like Uchiha Obito, the student of 4th Hokage, was the one who unleashed the Kyuubi, as well as Uchiha Madara, the main villain, as well as some rumors about the Sage of Six Paths and his mother sealed away by Menma. But other than that, Black Zetsu was just that, a schemer. His name was not mentioned anywhere. After all, Naruto was left in Konoha, and only when his chakra core was required, many Minato teleported within Konoha, captured Naruto, and brought him to the tent where Menma was present. With the help of Tsunade, they transferred his chakra core to Menma. So that was the only point he entered into battlefield, just to hand over his chakra core. But Naruto simply shook his head at that as he looked towards Obito. Last time you ran away pretty quickly, so why are you exactly here? Don't tell me that you guys are here to kill me. After all, no matter how big the ants are, in the end of the day, they are just that, insects. This angered all the members of Akatsuki as Naruto looked towards Kakazu. As Kakazu was also looking towards Naruto, it seemed that Kakazu believes that he would be able to kill Naruto and get his bounty. It seemed that Danzo Shimura as well as Konoha as well as the other villages has made quite a bounty on Naruto's head. which even tempted Kakazo, who is ready to take his chances to kill Naruto and take his head for bounty, as Naruto simply shook his head at that. Honestly, he just wanted to spare Kakazo, who was a good spy, but Kakazo did not give him the information that they were gonna attack Naruto, which means that he has already turned traitor, so there's no point in leaving him alive. As Naruto looked towards the leader of Pain, who was now floating within mid-air, as Naruto looked towards Pain, and then suddenly a spectacle happened that shocked everyone. Naruto's eyes started to change. In Naruto's eyes appeared a Sharingan, which surprises all the members there. Even Obito was taken aback at that, wondering if Naruto has stolen the eyes of other Uchihas, but suddenly the eyes started to rotate as Black Zetsu's eyes widened at that. It is not possible. Many people believe that if two Mangekyo Sharingan are to combine, they can birth a eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, but it is not true. Only the reincarnation of Indra has the capacity to evoke the eternal eye, and Naruto's eyes changed into the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. As Naruto's eyes were not stopped there, they started to rotate faster and faster. Wood started to appear all around Naruto as if the forest has come alive. Suddenly, Naruto closes his eyes and finally opened them. They were no longer the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, but the eyes of the Rinnegan. This shocked everyone that were present there. As Naruto looked towards Pain with a huge smirk on his face, Shinra Tensei, with that, a huge gravitational force appeared, slamming into all the members of Akatsuki, sending them flying. As even Obito, who was taken aback at that, but in the last second, he was able to activate his Kamui to save himself. While on the other hand, Black Zetsu was sent flying along with Shisui, as Naruto simply smirked at that as Naruto slammed his hand together, and just like that, 6 wooden clones appeared. Each one had the Rinnegan in their eyes as they rushed towards the member of the Akatsuki. Not only does they possess the Moketon, Susanoo, and now they also possess the power of the Rinnegan. And the Akatsuki members were now panicking a little bit as Naruto appeared in front of Hidan and slammed his hand into the forehead of Hidan as Hidan burst into laughter. I do not care if you have the Moketon and Rinnegan, I am an immortal. As Naruto simply smiled at that, I know that. With that, Naruto moved his hand, and just like that, the soul of Hidan was extracted. As Hidan was taken aback at that, Naruto, using the abilities of the Rinnegan, extracted the soul of Hidan and finally used his Uzumaki seals to seal away the soul. While on the other hand, Kakazo unleashed all of his 5 hearts and attacked the clone of Naruto, who casually moved his hand and a wooden dragon appeared. And just like that, the wooden dragon absorbed all the attacks of Kakazu and rushes towards Kakazu, even surrounding his mask and destroying them left and right. As Kakazu was now regretting it, he should have passed the information to Naruto. He has previously seen the power of Naruto, the power of Moketan, the Wood Dragon, and Wood Golem, and even heard rumors that Naruto has used the 1000 Hand Buddha, but he has not seen 1000 Hand Buddha, otherwise, he would have ran away far longer. But now he believed that all the members of Akatsuki working together would definitely be able to take down Naruto, and Naruto's bounty is getting bigger and bigger, and he wanted to cash on it, so that was the reason he was present here. And now he was regretting it, while on the other hand, Pain finally slammed his hand into the ground as all 6 parts of Pain appeared. As Devapart looked towards Naruto in utter shock. How do you possess the Rinnegan? Only I am worthy of the Rinnegan. As Naruto casually looked towards Pain. You do not even have the Rinnegan to begin with. Those borrowed eyes cannot use the true power of Rinnegan. Let me show you what I am truly capable of. With that, Naruto slammed his hand together, the sky as if it was tore open, as everyone looked into the sky as one gigantic figure was coming towards them with rapid speed, shocking everyone there. Not enough, as Naruto pointed his hand towards the coming meteorite, and just like that, Naruto spoke one word which utterly shocked everyone, and that was gravitational pull. And just like that, a huge force started to pull the meteorite with speed doubled, if not tripled, as Obito cursed under his breath. He doesn't know what is going on here. How does Naruto possess the Rinnegan? And Rinnegan is Rinnegan. He didn't even knew that Rinnegan can even summon meteorites. Pain never had this ability, as Pain was taken aback at that as he quickly rushes towards the meteorite. Shinra Tensei, as he released all of his power into the huge Shinra Tensei, ready to destroy the meteorite. But Naruto also smirked at that and used his own gravitational power to cancel out the Pain's attack, who cursed under his breath. And just like that, the meteorite slammed into the ground as a huge explosion took place in Konoha. Minato, who was happily sitting in his Hokage seat, had full confident in his sensei. Even if Naruto is able to defeat all the members of Akatsuki, he will definitely be exhausted, and Jiraiya Sensei in Sage mode would definitely be able to take him down. It seemed that Jiraiya Sensei had also made his own preparations, while on the other hand, Jiraiya, far away, was watching the battle in utter shock. Well, Jiraiya. It seemed that Minato-kun is really getting ruthless, but Naruto-kun's power has increased rapidly over the years. As Jiraiya looked back to see that Orochimaru was standing there with the huge smirk on his face. This was the backup plan of Jiraiya. He has summoned Orochimaru while he also wanted Tsunade to be here, but he knew that Tsunade would not agree to it. But even if she agreed, these things are not exactly good things. So he decided not to ask Tsunade, but Orochimaru was a separate deal. Do not forget your end of the bargain, Orochimaru. You will not bring Naruto back alive. You have to kill him, and I will hand over his body to you for experimentation. As Orochimaru chuckled at that, well, I still know my end of the bargain. Mina Jiraiya called, but do you believe that we would be able to take Naruto-kun down? And Jiraiya scoffed at that. Do not mock me, Orochimaru. I know that you possess the technique of reanimation. Summon the first and second Hokage, but this time erase their memories. I do not want the reputation of Minato to take a hit because of your actions. As Orochimaru simply smirked at that. Do not worry, I will erase the consciousness of first and second Hokage. This time I have prepared special sacrifices from behind him. There were several white Zetsus captured by Orochimaru. Orochimaru had experimented with these white things, and he had even made his body stronger thanks to these white things, and he believed that with these white things in his body, he would be able to control more of the power of first and second Hokage pretty easily. Unknown to Orochimaru, that would be a mistake, but on the other hand, Naruto looked towards the Akatsuki members. Some of them were able to survive. Well, Hidan was already dead, and Kakuzo's 5 hearts were already destroyed by him, while on the other hand, Shisui was able to activate his Susanoo. Black Zetsu was quite a thing. He was able to channel his chakra into Shisui and was able to bring out the 4th stage of Susanoo, but that would exhaust the pupil power of Shisui, but somehow Black Zetsu was able to sustain the pupil power, which surprises Naruto, but he simply ignored it, while on the other hand, Obito had used his Kamui to run away. As Naruto looked towards, only Deva part was left behind. His other parts of Pain tried to run away, but Naruto had used several techniques to stop them and make them in the center of explosion. As Deva part panted and looked towards Naruto with pure anger, as while on the other hand, Conan was also damaged because of the huge explosion, as she was also panting hard as she glared towards Naruto. Suddenly, from behind Naruto, a whirlpool appeared and a hand appeared, ready to capture Naruto and bring him into another dimension. This was Uchiha Obito, who realized that he can only use this technique to leave Naruto within Kamui dimension and leave him for few weeks. He was sure that Naruto will definitely die because of hunger, but that was the plan of Obito. But the moment he appeared, a black ball appeared behind Naruto and moved towards Obito with rapid speed. Obito quickly realized that something is off with this black ball, as he quickly activated his technique, and just like that, the black ball went right through him. As Obito was confused, what is going on here? Where this black ball appeared, but when Black Zetsu saw that, he was taken back at that. How is this possible? That is a truth-seeking orb. But Naruto should not be able to use that even with the power of Moketon, and the power of the Rinnegan comes together. It is not that easy to bring out the truth-seeking orb. It is utterly impossible. As Naruto simply smiled towards Obito, who quickly jumped away. As Naruto simply chuckled at that. The playtime is over. Let me show you my true power. Just like that, Naruto's Rinnegan eyes glowed with pure power. As Naruto's aura started to change, his blonde hair turned into pure white. As a truth-seeking orb appeared behind Naruto, his clothing also changed as a whitish aura surrounded him, and a rod appeared in Naruto's hand. When Black Zetsu saw that, he was taken aback at that. What is truly going on here? How does Naruto possess the power of the 10 tails? This is the power of the Jinchuriki of the 10 tails. He was truly taken aback at that, but suddenly a idea came to Black Zetsu's mind as he looked towards Naruto. If Naruto is the Jinchuriki of the 10 tails, he can sacrifice Naruto as a vessel for the resurrection of Kaguya, but he quickly shook his head at that. The only reason Kaguya was resurrected because of the 10 tails Jinchuriki is that the Gedomazo in actually linked to Kaguya, and that is the body of Kaguya as well. So that was the reason that Madara Uchiha was able to become the vessel for Kaguya, Naruto doesn't have Getomazo inside of him, which means that Naruto's Tenta's power is not linked to Kaguya, so he cannot make Naruto the Jinchuriki. Not only that, Naruto has not activated Infinite Tsukuyomi, which means that his mother would not be able to be revived through Naruto, as Black Zetsu was truly angry and panicking at this point. After thousands of years of waiting, Rinnegan was birthed in Uchiha Madara, and now his plan was so close. They had already captured the One Tail, and they were already making their moves on other Bijus. It is only a matter of time that his mother would be resurrected, and now everything was being destroyed. As Obito looked towards Naruto, he knows about the Tenten Jinchuriki, and also he has realized that what that black ball was, that was a truth-seeking orb. As Naruto was now flying within mid-air, the chakra aura that was surrounding him, it was immense, as if it was otherworldly. As Naruto simply smiled at that as he looked towards Pain and moved his hand. Before Pain can say anything, his whole body was caught within gravitational force as Naruto clenched his face, and just like that, Yahiko's body was turned into a meatball, utterly destroyed. As Konan could not believe her eyes, Yahiko, as she screamed at that and rushes towards the body, but it was utterly destroyed. As Naruto casually moved his finger as Konan was sent flying. While on the other hand, Naruto looked towards a direction far away, few kilometers away. Nagato opened his eyes and a clone of Konan looked towards Nagato. Nagato, we have to leave now. Naruto not only possessed the Rinnegan, he has somehow awoken the power of all the ten-tailed of all the bijus inside of him. I've heard it from that fake Uchiha Madara. And while on the other hand, Nagato simply shook his head at that. It is already late. Too late, he's already here. And just like that, his hiding place was blown away. And floating within mid-air was Naruto, looking towards Nagato with a smile on his face. Well, Nagato, it seems that you have already reached the end of the road. It is time. As the clone of Konan attacked Naruto, but Naruto casually moved his finger as a small Bijutama slammed into her body as a huge explosion took place, destroying her clone utterly, while on the other hand, the original Conan was already slammed into the ground by Naruto as several tooth-seeking orbs has already pinned her to the ground, while on the other hand, Obito Uchiha was ready to leave, but suddenly he felt it, something is off, as if the space is constricted. As Naruto looked towards Obito, his Rinnegan was present there. This is the ability of my Rinnegan, just like Mangekyo Sharingan. No space-time technique can work unless I allow it, and only I can use space-time power within this area. And unfortunately for you, Uchiha Obito, you are within my range. When Uchiha Obito heard that name, he was taken aback at that. How did Naruto know about his name? It is utterly impossible, as Black Zetsu was also panicking. He had also tried to leave using the ground, but he was unable to do so, as if a space-time barrier had surrounded the whole place, and he is unable to go outside of this barrier as Black Zetsu was now panicking. As Naruto looked towards Nagato and moved his hand as Nagato was now floating within mid-air as Nagato tried to use his Rinnegan to make the planetary devastation, but Naruto's power was already far too great before the black ball was made using the power of the Rinnegan. Naruto utterly destroyed it. It is too late, Nagato. You are nothing more than a pawn. Do you not know that? Have I not mentioned it to you earlier? Your Rinnegan doesn't belong to you. In reality, your eyes belongs to Uchiha Madara, and that guy is nothing more than a loser of Konoha. Uchiha Obito, the failure student of Namikaze Minato, who got himself killed but was later rescued by Uchiha Madara and now is using as his proxy and a pawn. They wanted to use your ability of Rinne Rebirth to revive Uchiha Madara. As for your so-called plan of using the Ten Tails to attack the other nations and stopping them from war, it is nothing more than a farce. In reality, they wanted to use the abilities of the Ten Tails to use a gigantic genjutsu on the moon, thus reflecting it to the entirety of the world, therefore making everyone under the influence of a gigantic genjutsu. When Nagato heard that, he was taken aback at that as he looked towards Black Zetsu and Uchiha Obito, who was still trying to run away, but unable to do anything about it, as Nagato could not believe his eyes. It is impossible. As Naruto simply shook his head at that. It is already too late for you, Nagato. Your body is already hollowed out by the Rinnegan. It is only a matter of time that you die. So it is better that your eyes are destroyed for the betterment of the world. And just like that, Naruto extracted the Rinnegan from Nagato, who screamed in pure pain and agony, as Konan screamed as well. Nagato, no, as Naruto simply ignored them as Naruto was ready to destroy the Rinnegan, but suddenly the system prompt opened up. It is detected that host has gathered another pair of the Rinnegan. Does host want the fusion of this pair of the Rinnegan? As Naruto raised an eyebrow at that, he thought that Rinnegan would be everything. After all, Naruto has not taken part in his previous life, the Fourth Great Ninja War, so he doesn't know about the Rinne Sharingan. The system spoke up. Rinnegan is a powerful dojutsu, but it is far from the only powerful dojutsu. There are multiple powerful dojutsus that are present in the system's host. As Naruto simply nodded at that, he had noticed some of the other dojutsus, but he doesn't know about them, and the description given by the system is quite basic, so Naruto doesn't know much about it, while on the other hand, Naruto looked towards him. So what will happen if I fuse this pair of the Rinnegan? As system spoke up, not only the power of the Rinnegan of yours will increase, but a third eye will appear on your forehead. That would be the Rinne Sharingan, a further evolution of the Rinnegan. As Naruto simply nodded at that. So it is a concept of two Mangekyo coming together to form the Eternal Eye. As the system nodded at that, two Rinnegans coming together will make the Rinne Sharingan. As Naruto simply nodded at that, alright system, fuse it. As system nodded, it is detected that the host want the fusion of two Rinnegans. 1000 points detected. As Naruto flinch at that. Honestly, he doesn't have much points, but system had taken 1000 of them. That leaves him with no more than 9000 points. But Naruto simply shook his head at that. As Naruto could feel it, his chakra level skyrocketed once again. His pupil power has increased as the eyes of the Rinnegan started to rotate. They turned from the Rinnegan to the Eternal Eye, then to the normal Mangekyo, then to 3 Tomo, then to 2, then to 1, and finally turned into a normal eye, that turned into white eye, and just like that, it was now a wasted pupil. And just like that, the eyes of Uchiha Madara were finally wasted as Naruto closes his eyes and finally opened them. In his forehead, a third eye, the Rinne Sharingan, appeared. As Naruto smiled at that, the abilities of the Rinne Sharingan are quite powerful, even able to enter other dimensions. But Naruto believed that this is just the basic ability of the Rinne Sharingan. If he really pushes it, maybe he's able to go into the other timelines. After all, his original Rinnegan is actually a space-time Rinnegan. He can go into other dimensions as well as it has space-time abilities. So Naruto believed that his Rinne Sharingan must have other abilities to go back and further into time, if not into the other timelines as well. As Naruto simply smiled at that, looking towards Nagato, who was barely holding up to life. I can only give you a worthy death, Nagato. In your next life, do not try to be not a pawn of others. And just like that, Naruto released a huge Bijudama towards Nagato, which rushes toward the direction of Konan, who was slammed into the ground thanks to his roars. And just like that, both of them were killed off. As Naruto looked towards Obito, suddenly, Black Zetsu appeared, activating the final form of Susanoo and slammed it into the barrier, ready to destroy the space-time barrier using the perfect Susanoo of Shisui Uchiha, who was screaming in pure pain and agony. If White Zetsu can increase the pupil power of Mangekyo to the point of eternal Mangekyo, then Black Zetsu is actually a greater life force than White Zetsu. So I believe that he can force the abilities of the Mangekyo Sharingan to the level of Eternal Eye as well. So Shisui was able to use the power of the Eternal Susanoo as Susanoo was slamming his sword into the barrier over and over again. Black Zetsu was panicking. Not only this guy has awoken the power of the Ten Tails, the power of the Rinnegan, he has also absorbed the power of Uchiha Madara's Rinnegan and somehow has awoken the power of the Rinne Sharingan. He was truly panicking now. If he truly died here, who will save his mother? While on the other hand, Uchiha Obito gritted his teeth at that. Damn you, Naruto, damn you. As he could not believe his eyes, the Rinnegan was destroyed, which means that Getomazo cannot be controlled. But even if he somehow taken the eyes of Naruto, it would not be easy, and it is near impossible. The pair of Nagato was the only suitable one, and Obito wanted the eyes of Nagato for himself, and now those eyes were destroyed by Naruto, as Naruto simply shook his head at that. His space-time barrier is not that easy to destroy even with the perfect Susanoo, as Naruto pointed towards the perfect Susanoo. Come to me. And just like that, the Susanoo rushes towards Naruto as Black Zetsu was confused. What is going on here? Why? He unable to control Susanoo as Naruto activated his Rinne Sharingan. The perfect Susanoo turned into chakra and started to get absorbed by Naruto as Shisui Uchiha was screaming in pure pain and agony as Naruto grabbed Shisui by the throat as Black Zetsu quickly separated himself from Shisui. As Naruto looked towards Shisui, I still remember how you tried to use your Mangekyo Sharingan abilities on me. Well, Uchiha Shisui, look at me more clearly. Now I am the fifth Hokage. You dare to use your Mangekyo abilities on the Hokage. And I believe that your Uchiha clan has rebelled against Konoha. First I will deal with you and later I will deal with your Uchiha clan as well. When Obito heard that Naruto has become the fifth Hokage, he was taken aback. Shisui heard that he was taken aback at that as he looked towards Naruto as if trying to speak, trying to beg for the life of Uchiha clan. As Naruto simply shook his head at that as Naruto extracted both of the eyes of Shisui. And finally, threw Shisui into the air. And just like that, Naruto released a Rasen Shuriken towards Shisui. Thousands of wind blades entered into the body of Shisui, who screamed for one last time. It was pure agony, as if thousands of small blades had cut away all of his chakra network. And just like that, Shisui Uchiha died in pain and agony as Naruto looked towards the eyes. Well, system, what do you think of these eyes? It is detected a pair of Mangekyo and a special Genjutsu Kotomatsukami is detected. Thus, the host integrate the power of these eyes and gain the ability of Kotomatsukami. As Naruto simply smirked at that he wanted this ability for himself. It was powerful enough to control him when he had the power of Mokitan. So do not underestimate Kotomatsukami. And just like that, Shisui Uchiha Mangekyo Sharingan got the same treatment that of Uchiha Madara's, and just like that, it turned into Waste Eye and was thrown away by Naruto. And now Naruto casually moved towards Black Zetsu, who tried to attack Naruto, trying to control him. After all, Black Zetsu was an entity who can even control the ten-tailed Jinchuriki Uchiha Madara. But Naruto casually threw his black rod, which slammed into the body of Black Zetsu, pinning him to the ground. As Naruto casually walked towards Uchiha Obito, who has finally resigned himself to fate. As Naruto casually made a move, shattering the mask of Obito. Any last words, Uchiha Obito? If you want them, you can say them now. As Obito glared towards Naruto, you have destroyed everything. The world can only be saved with infinite Tsukiyomi. You have the power of the 10 tails. You can summon the infinite Tsukiyomi. You must save the shinobi world, Naruto. As Naruto simply shook his head at that, I do not care about the shinobi world. In actuality, I do not even care about Konoha. I only care about myself. I wanted something in my life, so I became the Hokage. And this is the power that I have obtained by myself. As for you, Uchiha Obito, you will pay for your crimes. I do not care if you had attacked Konoha previously, but now I am the Hokage of Konoha and you will pay for your crimes. As Obito simply looked towards Naruto, resigned. The Rinnegan was destroyed. He doesn't have the ability to take the Rinnegan from Naruto, which means that everything he had worked for is utterly over. Just kill me. As Naruto simply shook his head at that. If you so desire that, then I will grant it to you. As Naruto was ready to end the life of Obito, but suddenly a huge force slammed into the barrier from outside. As Naruto was taken aback at that, in actuality, not only this space-time barrier stopped anyone from going out, but it also stopped Naruto's perception. After all, as if this small area has become a separate dimension, as Naruto looked outside to see that hundreds of wooden hands slammed into the wooden barrier, shattering it apart. As Naruto's eyes narrowed at that, just like he thought, behind him was Hashirama Senju, but this time he was not in normal state and he was standing on top of 1000 hand Susa Buddha, while on the other hand, other figures also started to appear. That was the second Hokage. Finally, another figure appeared, which was none other than Uchiha Madara. It seemed that Orochimaru not only has summoned first Hokage, but he has also summoned Uchiha Madara. As Naruto's eyes narrowed at that, but then a smile came to his face. Well, in here I thought the fun was over, but it seemed that it has just begun. But hey guys, I'm gonna end this part here, so hopefully you guys liked it. For the next part, the like goal is gonna be 100 likes and 20 comments. Do that and I shall upload the next part as soon as possible. So yeah guys, see you soon. Peace.